Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the ZiiGaat Crescent. As you can see, it's a 2 dynamic driver 2BA per side hybrid. So this uses a dual isobaric dynamic driver setup, and both armatures are Knowles. So one for mid-range and one for treble. And the price of this, when I checked just before me basically starting this footage, is about £210. That's not too bad for that kind of driver setup. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this out to me to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to this video, nor thoughts opinions are my own, as you can see. Still sealed, I haven't tried it yet. But yeah, the last few ZiiGaat models have been pretty good, to be honest. I like their kind of tuning. And as a spoiler, I do have another ZiiGaat model review after this, but I have not tried it yet, but I do have another one. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's have a closer look. Like I said, 2DD, 2BA, they look pretty cool. I do like their kind of styling. As you can see here, again, sensitivity seems relatively fine. Impedance is low. There's a THD sensitivity, which seems pretty good. And all that seems pretty standard there. Company info on the back. Info on there. Website you can check as well. Obviously you can check it out on Linsol. Let's see what you get. So yeah, about £210 I think when I last checked. So yeah, quite a nice presentation. Padding, which helps in shipping, shall we say. So I'll get one of these out. Actually leave them in there. So they look pretty cool. I like the metallic effect. So yeah, kind of normal shape, 2-pin L on there. That's it. They all seem to have a fairly similar shape. That looks fairly short, but obviously you can see what it's like. That's that. Nothing in there, so it's all in this box. So yeah, the last few items ZiiGaat have done, I think they've been pretty cool. I do like the even that early one they did do a hybrid for like 4BA 1DD, which is pretty cool. Warranty card there. Useful for basically noobs, so you know which way. I've seen people put these on like the wrong way, so I do like it. I know it's basic, but some people do get that wrong. And this case, which is actually quite big. So okay, so they do include, so instead of buying 2 versions, this one version of this model, and it includes the connectors, 4.4 and 3.5, silicone in there, look to be clear. I'll check them in a bit. More tips, I'll check those in a bit. Those feel like foams. And yeah, this is quite a nice case. So yeah, wrap around there. Yeah, that's cool. But you do kind of lose a little bit of space, but if you wrap it properly, it's not too bad. Yeah. And here's the cable, which seems fine. I think I've seen this before. The connectors are quite large. That one should be right. I don't see a letter. I just see the red indicator, so that's that. So yeah, I don't know what these are like at all. Again, like a spoiler, I've got another pair to review after this, and I don't know what they're like either. And yeah, so I'll see you in a few moments. Well, for you it's a few moments. For me it's a bit more. It's a bit longer, but yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Yeah, so welcome to my review section of the ZiiGaat Crescents. Now, before I even get to them, it did come with new tips. So what I didn't show you is the 2 on there, which you'll see in a bit. Also includes these, and the cable is modular, so like I saw before. But yeah, these comes with these tips, and like kind of like black versions which I've got fitted, and the cable, which I'll get to in a bit. So that's the one. See where it lines up. Now if you pull this apart, there's another arrow pointing where my little finger is, so you can line the dots up basically. Very straightforward. And yeah, it's just that's it. So yeah, modular connectors, and also these connectors not massive like some are, but it works fine. And these tips, I think they're good. I have no issues. They're a bit different. They feel a bit tacky, a bit sticky, but they seem to work fine. So do the ones on there, which we'll get to in a sec. But yeah, good grip. The connector's not massive like some are. Obviously, there's the Y split chin slider, which is quite tight, which as you say, I've said a few times, I have no use for it, but probably a lot of folks do. Get this bit of untangled, and yeah, that's what that look like. There's no L and R on the connector, but if you look underneath, you can just see the blue indicator there for left and right, and that's the design. And obviously that's what that tip looks like, this kind of dark smoky black kind of tip. And that's it. I'll just take that off, and yes, take these off. So like I said before, price, so I'm not sure, normally everything's in dollars, but it's on the Linsole site as of right now, these are about £210 ish, something like that. I'm not sure about on the AliExpress or anything like that, but yeah, so 210. I say it uses Knowles BAs, and it uses I think a decent DD, which I'll get to in a bit. So build quality seems spot on. They also as well include that case. Now again, like I said, I've got another ZiiGaat model to follow this video, but I haven't tried them yet, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. I presume it probably have a similar setup, but yeah, anyway, build quality seems spot on really. And these also have a really good channel matching when we get to it. They do, you can see, but obviously like the grease off your fingers, which is not great, but in the end, does it matter? And obviously there's a small lip on the nozzle to keep the tips on. But yeah, pretty good. Pound sensitivity, it didn't really seem that fussy from what I can gather, but then again, I use my topping E30 and L30 Gen 2 or Mark 2 amp. That's what I did and that's really clean, super low out impedance, and these sounded great through that setup. Obviously single-ended, because I don't have balanced for that setup, because it's obviously 6.35. But anyway, timbre on this set, really good. Again, they've used proper, I wouldn't say proper drivers, they've used premium drivers, and yeah, timbre of this set sounds, I think, really good for BAs doing that part, obviously mid-range and treble. And yeah, instrument separation is solid as well. They've got really good, I think, really good imaging, and they've got crazy level extension, which seems to be quite common with these models from ZiiGaat and like Kiwi ears and stuff like that. But yeah, they've got really good, it's not overly aggressive treble. It's just got very good extension for treble. And yeah, I'm not sure what to say. Yeah, isolation as well is pretty good on this set as well. So anyway, sound, because that's what it's all about. That's what you're paying the money for, is if they sound good or not so good. So yeah, I'll put the graph on so you can have a look. So left to right, bass, the DDs, the views, I think it's an isobaric. It pumps really hard, but there's very little bleed, as you can see on the graph. So when I tried these, I thought, wow, these are definitely sub bass kind of tuned for DDs, and they've got enough warmth. They're not super warm tuning, but yeah, the DDs are good again for me to be really picky for what I want. Slightly more bleed from the mid-range into the mid-range to get a slightly more warmth. But that's me really being nitpicky. But the DDs, the views in this set, they really got really nice punch. These are a very expensive sounding set in my opinion, but I'll get to obviously my conclusion later on. But yeah, DDs, I think they're fantastic. Yeah, really good punch. Something that BAs can't do for bass. DDs are king for that. Anyway, mid-range, quite an interesting set for mid-range. They're not really forward, they're not really back. They're not really pushed way or forward. They're fairly, no one say neutral, but balanced is probably a good way to put it. I think they're sounding really good. They're not a really vocal forward set, but then vocals don't sound really pushed back. It's kind of in the middle for a lot of things. Really happy with the tuning, really. Like for something like the Acarnis from ZiiGaat, they are more they are more vocal forward than this set. So obviously you pick your poison. They're also quite a bit more expensive. I think they're close to like, at least I know they're over £300. But yeah, this set, yeah, great mid-range. So it leads on to the treble. As you can see, pretty good channel matching. Crazy extension, which they all have, which gives that detail. But I didn't really find them fatiguing. But then it depends on your genre. So if you listen to music, it's very treble focused. You may want to alter your listening volume. But yeah, great set. Vocals, again, on this set, I like this kind of balanced vocal tuning, if you understand what I mean. I think they sound really good. They kind of push the threshold of comfortable. Now these I find very comfortable to listen to. They're not dark or anything like that. They got enough treble. They don't need any more boost. And you can see very well, very good extension from not many drivers. So they've done a great job from a low driver count, if you understand what I mean. Now, for some people to accomplish this for tuning, you have to use a lot more drivers, in my opinion. Now, to get this from 2 BAs, I think 2 DDs per side, that's quite a thing, really, especially for the price point. And yet, I think it covers a lot of music. Actually, it covers a lot of genres. For some genres, you could probably turn you up a bit more. For like electronic, I will like these turned up a little bit more than you should do. But some stuff that's a bit more treble focused, you might want to turn it down a little bit more to be more comfortable, obviously, for your hearing as well. And yet, very accomplished set. It sound a bit shilly in this, but I think they're very good. Again, they've done a fantastic job with the driver count, like I just said. Again, for electronic, these things sound great. So to really nitpick this is, personally for me, you may want a little bit more bass bleed or a little bit more mid bass. And so I think some folks may want slightly more vocal forward tuning, but I'm happy with this. So this is nearly perfect for what I want. And yeah, so conclusion is, you can see, you probably know what I want. Great set. £210 I think is the price. Comfort wise, tuning wise, and they're easy enough to power. I'm quite happy with these new tips they come with. These new kind of tips. Obviously, in the other bag, which I didn't open, is foam tips, if that matters. I didn't feel really the need to have them, but foam tips are useful if they are really quite got a sharp treble, like some plain R models have. But yeah, quite an accomplished set, really, and I'm looking forward to the next ZiiGaats, which I've got to try, which I haven't tried them yet, still sealed. I'm doing one at a time to get more of an experience with them. But yeah, good set as per usual. I like what ZiiGaat do. I just hope they don't try and release too many to confuse customers, maybe. Just space at the releases, and some of the tunings can be quite similar, but obviously I have not tried all of them. I think there's the Odyssey I've never tried as well. I think that's one of the ones I haven't tried. And yeah, I'll probably end it there. Great set. Maybe again there's another negative. It does have a lot of treble. It's not crazy boost, but it's got crazy extension. I think some folks may not like the 2.5K to 3K ish area. That kind of the pin again, as long as it's pushed further back instead of 2,000 or 1.5K. But yeah, I'll probably end it there. Great set, and nearly perfect for what I like, really. And I think they've done a good job, and I'm looking forward to the next set. So yeah, I think I'll end it there. If you think I missed anything or want to know more, if I can help, just as usual, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you in the next video.